Hey, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. I'm so excited for this money masterclass. So I've muted everybody, but I will be doing some questions and answers a little bit later. I'm super excited to be sharing this Moon Money Masterclass with you. So much to go through. Welcome to everybody that is just jumping on. I will stop the music in a second. Just want to raise the vibration a little bit. I've already called in angels and guides and my cosmic team to help us as we go through a ritual a little bit later, after we have discussed some of the phases of the moon, what they're about. So I'll be going a little bit more into that in a moment. I'm just going to give it a few more seconds for people to join us. So let me know where you're joining from. Hey, Brianna, grand rising to you as well. Thank you for joining me today. So let's just give it a few minutes. So let me know where you are joining from. I can already see that we're quite global. Now I'm going to turn this music down. So joining from Atlanta, Georgia. Fantastic, Brianna. Kayla, I know you're in Texas. So I'm in Italy. I know Gretchen's just joining. She is in, actually, I know where you are, Gretchen. I can't remember if you're in the States or if you're in Canada. So let us know. Hello to Thailand as well. So we are definitely global today. So you're Canada. I couldn't remember, Gretchen. So you're Canada. So good morning to you. I hope you're well. I know it's early in Canada. I know it's early in Texas as well. So I'm going to very quickly, while people are joining onto this, I'm going to talk about a little bit about what we're going to discuss today. The moon is something that I absolutely love. My first love, I have to say, is tarot, and the moon is a very close second. I use the moon in my business to plan my launches, to plan my business, to plan anything that I'm manifesting, and to plan my social events, to plan anything that I want to do, because when we plan with the moon, we're doing things at the right time. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so I can get up the little presentation that I have done. So let's see where we are. Moon Money Masterclass. Okay, so let's move this over. So there will be question and answer session today as well. Where did that go? I don't know what I pressed there. Bear with me a second. So there will be prizes as well that you can win. So I'll tell you a little bit later about those. So let's see if we can get this masterclass up and running. Okay, so let's put that onto presentation. And then I will tell you a little bit more about what we're doing today. Okay, so there we go. So welcome to the masterclass. So tell you a little bit about me. I know some of you have previously worked with me. So I'm an intuitive business transformation coach. I'm an alchemist for your soul and for your business. So I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a teacher, I'm a psychic, I'm a manifestor. I manifested this house in Italy 5 years ago. I manifested my soulmate 10 years ago. I'm a Reiki master. Of course, I'm a tarot reader. I'm a witch. I'm a visionary. I'm lots of different things. And this makes me who I am. I'm, of course, a mum. I'm multi-passionate. And I'm here to help intuitives and creatives to create structure and flow in their businesses and in their lives as well, because that's just as important. So I help to nurture them, empower them, and support them. And I'm here to help them to create ease and help them to align fully to their soul purpose so that they can create a business or an income doing what they love and doing what is fully in alignment with them. Okay, so that they can shine their light on the world and be fulfilled and live life on purpose. So there will be a question and answer session. I can't see the questions. I'm not the best at Zoom, so I can't see any chat or anything coming up. So what I'm going to do is I'll do the presentation, talk about all the phases. I will check in with you just before we do the ritual, and then there'll be a question and answer session at the end. And then I'll tell you how you can win some prizes with me as well. So let's look at what we're going to learn today. So we're going to look at why working with the moon phases is so important. We're going to look at what the 8 major phases are and what they represent, how to align yourself and your business to the moon, how to manifest with the moon and the best practices that you can use. And we're going to do a moon ritual, and I'm going to do a tarot reading, she says, and doesn't have her tarot cards. It's unusual for them not to be on my desk. I'll sort that out later. So I will do a tarot reading with you as well to look at what you need to know for the next lunar month ahead. So it is day 1 of the new moon. So we're in the new moon phase. So we're going to be doing a new moon ritual today. And I'm going to be talking a little bit more in depth about the new moon and what you need to be doing right now to really help you to plan your best month. So let's look at why working with the phases of the moon is so important. Learning to understand the moon phases and her energy can help us to live in ease and flow. So let's dive in to what we need to know to really help us to move forwards. So the moon has 8 major phases. I want to keep it fairly simple today. I use 9 phases, but I'll talk a little bit about that. But for today's session, we're going to focus on the 8 major phases that we will really dig into so that you understand what each phase represents and why it's important to do the right things at the right time. So the moon is feminine, okay? It rules over our inner world. It protects our secrets, our emotions, and our imaginary world. Okay, so the moon can affect emotions, feelings, and our behavior. You know, we've all heard things like, you know, that there needs to be more policing, or more people are arrested at the full moon, or more people are admitted to hospital at the full moon, because our emotions really rise to the top and can really be shown at the full moon. And the new moon is a time where our energy is a little bit lower. So we'll be talking about that a lot more. So it represents powerful feminine energy and signifies wisdom, intuition, birth, death, reincarnation, and the spiritual connection that we have. Okay, so being able to connect to source, the universe, God, our higher selves, is all feminine energy. And it's important that we do balance our feminine and our masculine energies. So when we're working with the moon, we're working in a very feminine energy, but we also need to take masculine energy, or masculine, we need to do masculine things like take action. Okay, so that's the masculine side of the feminine work that we're doing. So we want to balance working with the feminine energies with working with masculine energies. Okay, so just remember that the moon is feminine. I think it only could be feminine, to be fair, because she's very subtle. She's very she's kind of dreamy, isn't she? She's very intuitive, so she has to be feminine. So the benefits of working with the moon phases are you can consistently achieve goals because you're planning and you're using the phases to help you to take the best actions at the best time. Okay, you can become more focused because when you're working with the phases of the moon, you plan out your 30 days. Okay, and that gives you focus, drive. It takes away overwhelm and uncertainty of perhaps what you're posting or what you need to do on that day, because you've got a plan. Okay, so more focused is really, really important. More motivation, I feel, as well. It also gives you deeper clarity, okay, and can rid old habits and patterns that are holding us back. So at the new moon, you might decide to give up smoking or stop eating sugar or whatever it may be. So you set that intention at the new moon, and then you can take the action steps and do all the things that you need to do throughout the lunar cycle to help you to release those bad habits. Okay, it can strengthen bonds between family, self, and partner, especially self, when there are certain phases of the moon that is very much about introspection, self-care, rest, all of those different energies. It can relieve anxiety and depression because you've planned, you know what to look for. You can use gratitude to help to release some of the symptoms of depression and really start to plan your month ahead. And you feel more in control because you know what it is that you're working towards, you know what it is that you have to do, you know the action steps that you need to take. So these are just a few of the benefits from working with the phases of the moon. Okay, so when you think about the moon, it's a continuous renewal. So every 30 days, the moon renews itself, okay? And it's a natural rhythm that we can use to help guide us, to help move us forwards. So if we've had a month where things have perhaps been a little bit difficult, or a few challenges have come up, or, you know, we haven't been working in the right phases, we've kind of been swimming upstream, then we know that in 30 days, we can start again. Okay, so that's an important thing with the moon. It's like everything is a 30-day cycle. Okay, it's actually 29 and a half, but we're say it's a 30-day cycle. We know that there's going to be the opportunity for a fresh start. Okay, if you think about when we plant seeds, we plant this tiny, tiny little seed, and we have to nurture it. We have to release any mistakes that we made, perhaps with watering or feeding it or whatever. Then we harvest it, and then we plant something else. So if you think of the crops rotating in a field, some crops grow a lot quicker than others, and things can be planted like multiple times a year. So that's kind of how the moon phases work. For every 30 days, we get renewal, we get rebirth, okay, which is really, really important. And that's why understanding how to use the moon energy is so, so important, because we want to plant the seeds of the things that we want, the things, you know, our intentions, the things we want to manifest. And over those 30 days, we want to nurture them. We want to reap the rewards of our hard work and harvest what we have planted. And then we want to start again, okay, with the next thing that we want to do, have, be, achieve, experience, you know, whatever it may be. So understanding this phase, these phases, is really, really important. Okay, so I will check in and see if there's any questions in a second. So nature is definitely full of different rhythms for us to follow. The moon is not the only one. I found working with the breathing in and out of the moon phase can really be helpful to get things done and move projects and life forwards in all areas. Okay, so I'm going to take you through my ultimate guide to working with the phases of the moon. So one thing that I have really noticed is new moon, my energy is really, really low. Yesterday, I was so exhausted all day. Today, I'm a lot happier than perhaps I would normally be on a new moon, because I'm presenting this. I love talking about the moon. I love talking about tarot and all of those different things. So my energy is higher, but in general, I know that I won't plan things for the new moon. I know that I, you know, won't plan seeing friends on the new moon. Sorry, excuse me. I won't plan doing anything that takes a lot of energy. Okay, so something to bear in mind as we talk about the new moon. Okay, so let me just see if anyone's got any questions for a second before we dig into the guide. Hashada, you're in India. Yep, Gretchen, Canada. I missed you, Hashada. Hope you are well. Okay, so let's dig into the phases. If you have any questions, put them in. I may have to go back over them a little bit later, just so I don't lose where I'm at. So let me find share screen again. Let's go back to the presentation. Is that the one I want? Okay, so a moon cycle refers to the 8 lunar phases that the moon goes through in its 29.5-day lunar cycle. So there are 4 major cycles, which are the full moon, the new moon, the first quarter, and the third quarter. And between these major phases, there are 4 minor phases, which are the waxing crescent moon, the waxing gibbous, the waning gibbous, and the waning crescent. Okay, so the 8 phases that we're going to talk about today. So there's different things to do at each of the different phases, and they all represent something different. Okay, so you have the new moon, the dark moon. So on a new moon, so tonight you'll notice that there is no moon in the sky. You can't see it. Okay, the sky looks very empty. The first phase is the waning crescent. So that is just the small crescent that appears. So the moon is lit on the right hand side. Okay, then you've got the first quarter moon, which nearly half the moon is lit up. And again, this is on the right hand side. Then you have the waxing gibbous, okay, which is the moon looks almost full. Okay, it looks almost full. And you will just see a dark crescent kind of remains invisible. Okay, so you can see it's almost bulging in the sky. Then, of course, the full moon, you can see the full moon. And then the waning gibbous, it almost looks full again, but you can just see that this side is moving because we're going round in a circle. Okay, so the waning gibbous will have just a tiny bit missing on the right hand side. Then the third quarter moon, you'll have half the moon is visible in the sky. So the side that you can see will be the left hand side. Okay, and then you have the waning crescent moon, which is it's the crescent that's on the left hand side. Okay, so you will see that the moon is almost disappearing and just leaving a little crescent of light in the sky. So it's always good to remember that the waxing moon is the moon growing and the waning moon is the moon getting smaller. Okay, so they're the 8 phases. So let's have a look at those in detail. So we're going to start with the new moon, and it's all about beginning again. Okay, this is our fresh start that perhaps we've been waiting for. Perhaps we want something to change. This is the time we want to set out our intentions. Okay, so it's our fresh start. It's a time of retreat. So like I said, my energy is low when it is new moon. So this is the time we want to be planning and really taking that time to regain our strength. So doing things like new moon rituals for ourselves, to for self-love, to realign our energy. All of those different things are really important at this stage, okay, because we want a fresh start, a new beginning, or a clean slate. Okay, so it's our opportunity for that rebirth, that reincarnation. So we want to leave everything from the previous phase behind us and start again. Okay, so this is definitely a time for an intense reboot. So try to envision yourself recharging under the energy of a new moon. Now, obviously, you can't see anything in the sky, but that doesn't mean that its energy isn't there. Okay, it's a much more gentle energy than at the full moon, but you can still use the new moon energy. You can still connect to the new moon energy. Okay, so this is definitely a time to mentally throw away any unwanted thoughts, excess junk, anything that you don't want right now. Okay, so this phase lasts for 3 days. So each phase lasts approximately 3 to 4 days, so 3.5 kind of days for each different phase. Okay, so you want to release yourself from the grip of the past, plant the seeds of something new. So this is time to make a wish, set an intention, or make the decision to begin a new product. All a new moon wants you to do is start again. Okay, so this is the 3-day phase. Okay, and we're going to do a new moon ritual a little bit later. So this is the phase to really think about your intentions. What do you want to create in the next 30 days? So the next phase is the waxing crescent moon, which is all about embracing our desire. Okay, so this is an opportunity for us to check in that what we have set our intentions for in the previous 3 days are in alignment with us. Okay, and then we can start to move forward. So it represents intention, hopes, and wishes. So after recharging under the new moon, you may start to feel a little bit more motivation and ready to embrace your desires. This is when you should spend time breathing life into your intentions. So taking the first steps towards your goals and getting excited about the journey that lies ahead. So we set our intention, okay, or intentions, depending, what you want to do. On the new moon, okay, we don't put them out into the universe until the waxing crescent moon. Okay, so we don't do the ritual, the manifesting ritual to manifest our intentions until this phase, okay, which is day 3 after the new moon, so day 3 to day 7. Okay, that's really, really important because we want to set our intention and we need a couple of days to just make sure that it still resonates with us, that it's what we really want. Do we need to adjust it or, change it in any way for us to be able to manifest it? And then we manifest on the waxing crescent moon. Okay. So the first quarter moon is all about taking action. So we've set our desire. We've made sure that it's in alignment with us. We're ready. We've put our intention out to the universe. We now need to take action on what we've asked for. When we're manifesting, things don't just show up. Okay, we have to take action. We have to pay attention to what the universe is telling us. So because the first quarter moon occurs a week after the new moon, this is when you may start to feel some resistance in the form of obstacles. Okay, so if your intentions were planted during the new moon, your first hurdles at achieving these goals are experienced here. Okay, so you may find that some limiting beliefs come up, or there's a resistance to you taking action, or you're uncertain what actions you need to take. This is all about resistance. Okay, so we want to make sure that we're taking action. The themes surrounding this moons are challenges, decisions, and action. Your week of rest and intention setting is over, and now you may feel inspired to work harder. The moon's growing, it's kind of half full. So naturally, our energy is going to be stronger. Okay, and we're going to really want to manifest these desires. So we're going to want to take action, which is really helpful. Okay, so no matter how hard it gets, remember the intention that you set during the new moon and make decisions with that in mind. So whenever you're making decisions on what actions you're going to take, just check in and make sure that it's going to take you closer to your dreams. Okay, so look at your intention, look at the action, and then ask the question, does this take me closer to my dreams? Okay, so you are that you know that you are taking the right action to help move you forwards. Okay, really important. Okay, so the next moon phase is the waxing gibbous moon. So it almost looks full. So we're 3 days out from it being full. So the themes surrounding this moon involve adjustment, review, and taking control. So you may find that, this is a time to redirect the course. So maybe you've taken some action, you're not seeing any results or not the results that you wanted. Then this is the time to almost like fine tune what your intention is and the action that you need to take to help you to manifest that or to help you to bring that in, achieve your goal. Okay, so adjustment, review, and taking control. You may begin to notice some of the mistakes you've been making, and this phase of the moon will help you to realize whether you need to reevaluate what you're doing and redirect course. Things are heating up thanks to the fact that the full moon is just around the corner, encouraging you to take your goals more seriously than ever. So at the full moon, you're going to want to really connect in and really make things happen. Okay, the energy is really, really high at this point, so do take the time to just check in and make sure everything's still in alignment with you and moving the way you want it to. Okay, so next is the full moon, of course. So this is where you might start to see a little bit of a result. Okay, the full moon is where we want to harvest, but we also need to be aware that the sun and moon are opposing each other. Okay, so they're going to be in opposite zodiac signs, so this could bring heightened tension as you fight to find balance between the two extremes. So if they're in a fire and a water sign, then they're going to be strong. You're going to be pulled in two completely different directions. Okay, so just be aware of that and be aware of which zodiac sign they are in, because that also can help. Okay, so you may be really finding it hard to find balance between the moon and the sun energies. Okay, so emotions can definitely run high during this period as you struggle to come to terms with everything that you're feeling. As I mentioned earlier, this is a time where you can go mad under the full moon. Okay, because emotions are really, really high, behaviors can change, all of those different things. So I mentioned that there's more intakes in hospital, in accident and emergency, more arrests, all of those kind of things, because the moon can have a massive effect on us. Okay, so on a more positive side, the moon is also a moment of revelation, reward, and of course change. If you think about the full moon, it can illuminate what you need to know. Okay, it illuminates the things that have been hidden. So it's a really, really good time to pay attention, to connect in with your intuition, to do a tarot reading, all of those different things. Full moon is really, really powerful for illuminating exactly what is going on around you. So the seed that you planted on the new moon has blossomed and bloomed, making itself ready to be harvested. So a powerful climax to a story that began on the new moon can start to take place. Now, you may only start to see small signs that your manifestation, your intention is starting to build momentum here. Okay, you've still got half a moon phase to go. So this is where you start to see the momentum growing. You're starting to see signs of things working in your favor. Okay, so we have then the waning gibbous moon, which is all about gratefulness. So the moon is getting smaller in the sky at this point, and the themes surrounding this part of the moon are gratitude, generosity, and enthusiasm as well. Your energy is still going to be really high because we're only 3 days off a full moon. Okay, so your energy will still be high. You can still implement, take action, all of those things, because you'll have the energy to do that. Okay, so you should be feeling the benefits of your hard work for the last 2 weeks, and your metaphorical crops are in abundance, and you should be seeing some maybe small outcome from your previous set goals and intentions. Okay, so you may feel like giving back to those around you, especially those who helped you along the way, and you may even feel like imparting some of the wisdom that you learned over the course of this lunar journey to someone else. So the energy is still really, really high here. So this is the time to really show up, go live, all of those different things, because the energy is still really, really high. And of course, sharing some of your experience, sharing your knowledge with others is always a really, really powerful thing. Okay, so we now have the last quarter moon. So this is all about release. Okay, release, letting go of anything that is holding you back from completing your intention by the beginning of the new moon again. So we want to let go of anything that's holding us back, whether that's limiting beliefs, whether that's self-sabotaging behavior, procrastination, lack of motivation, all of those different things. Okay, the more that you can release, the more that you are creating space for new opportunity and possibility to come in. So this is definitely a time for forgiveness as well. So, anything that you're holding on to, whether it's someone's wronged you, or you need to let go of a toxic relationship to create space, or you're being really hard on yourself, or maybe you're being hard on the universe because it's not delivering as quickly as you would like it to. All of these things can be forgiven. And as you release those, you create more energy for yourself as well. So let go of all the baggage that you've been carrying. Throughout the month, you may have experienced many challenges. So it's under this moon that you will let go of things like grudges, anger, and regret as well, and set down anything that feels too heavy and pointless to continue carrying. So this is definitely a point, especially in your business, but in your life as well, where you look at, is this really working for me? What do I need to change here? Okay, what can I let go of so I can create space for something new? Okay, so all of the phases are really, really important. And then we have the waning crescent, which is all about surrender. Okay, so this is your chance to surrender, rest, and recuperate. So you may feel somewhat empty during this time. You've gone through an entire moon cycle and things have come and gone. You're now getting ready to prepare for a new cycle. So there's not much to do but come to terms with what's taken place and surrender to what's no longer in your control. Okay, so in other words, let fate take the wheel. Okay, so this is definitely a time, as well as surrendering, on really working on ourselves, taking that time to rest for self-love, self-care, raising our self-worth, all of those different things. When we're manifesting, and I'm going to talk about manifesting in a little bit, we have to surrender to the universe. So we also need to surrender the things that we want to manifest and not put too much of an outcome on them. So we've set our intention, we've done the work, we've readjusted, we've done all the things that we need to do. We now need to surrender it up to the universe, okay, to supply it in whatever form is right for us. But we also need to surrender the outcome, because quite often the universe will bring us something bigger than we expected. Okay, so surrender is really, really important. Okay, particularly with the moon phase, we're talking about surrender, surrendering the outcome, of course, but surrendering and let things happen so that we can focus on ourselves, so that we can focus on self-love, self-care, self-healing, all of those different things for this 3-day phase. Okay, now I said I use 9 phases. For me, the last day of the cycle is the dark moon. Okay, the new moon is the new cycle. The dark moon is the last day of this waning crescent moon. So I also do specific rituals for the dark moon before I start my new moon rituals today. Okay, so decided I wouldn't bring this into here, but it is the last day of the waning crescent. Okay, so how can you start with working with the phases of the moon? The best starting point for any type of connection with the moon is to simply begin tracking it. Okay, so pay attention to what's going on in the sky, how you're feeling at each different phase. So as I said, each phase lasts 3 to 4 days. And typically it's about 3.5 days, but it does change. It's not set in stone. Okay, so just as a rough guide. So start tracking. Today is the new moon. So we're on day 1 of this lunar cycle. So track, how do you feel? Okay, it's the best way that you can do that. Keep a journal, of course, and just journal on how you're feeling, what's coming up for you. Take notes of the phases, draw them, how much moon you can see in the sky, and perhaps behaviors as well. Do you notice a difference in your behaviors, how you show up online? all of those different things. Okay, and that's the best introduction that you could have in working with the phases of the moon. Okay, having a planner or journal would definitely help you with journaling, planning, and I have, as it happens, a great planner to help you to do that. Okay, and that will give you a reminder of what to do during each phase as well. So having a moon journal, I feel, is really, really important in helping you. So this is the moon journal. It is available on Etsy. Okay, but you can find out how to get a free copy in a bit. Okay, so I'll tell you a little bit more about that a little bit later. So before I go on to aligning the moon and business, does anyone have any questions? I'm going to quickly stop the share, have a drink, and see if anyone has any questions on the 8 phases that we have talked about today. I just want to check in. We will be doing a question and answer in a bit as well. So, you don't have to ask questions now. I just want you to check in with you, see how you're doing. Great breakdown. Awesome, Gretchen. So it makes it very, very simple. The working with the phases of the moon does not need to be complicated. And that's really, really important. It can be so easy, okay, to work with the phases of the moon, to understand them, and to start creating a plan for the next 30 days, okay, which is going to keep you focused, motivated, and on target. So let's have a look at how to connect in with a business. So another important thing to do is to align your business to the moon's phases. So knowing what to do and when to do it in your business is going to be key to your success. You want your business to flow. So knowing the right time to launch, knowing the right time when to do your marketing, when to do your planning, when to create things like moon channels and creative projects. Knowing when the best time to go live is, knowing the best time to email your clients. These are all going to be key to helping you to really align your business in the most powerful way. Okay, so creating a plan and having a calendar with your dates and your actions and the things that you need to do will really help you to create your posts, knowing when to post them, knowing the content that you're sharing, so many different things. Because, when we're running a business, it can be a little bit overwhelming to know, well, when am I supposed to post this? And when's the best time for me to go live? And when do I actually launch my new product or my new service? So learning to align all of the jobs that you need to do within your business, even when's the best time to delegate, okay, is an important thing to do in your business. So really align your business to the moon as well. I've got a new launch planner coming, a lunar launch planner coming, not ready yet, but I do have that coming. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about manifesting with the moon. So as I said a little bit earlier, we don't want to send our manifestations out, or our intentions out to the moon on the new moon. We want to do it in the waxing crescent moon. Okay, so the key to manifesting with the moon is aligning your desires and taking the right actions in the right moon phases. Okay, so manifesting requires you to set your intention on the new moon, get specific and make sure that it's in alignment on the waxing crescent moon, and that's when you send it out to the universe. You take action on the first quarter moon. You make adjustments on the waxing gibbous moon. You pay attention to the signs the universe is giving you on the full moon. You're grateful on the waning gibbous moon. You release your control on the outcome on the last quarter moon, and you surrender on the waning crescent moon. So each stage of manifesting has a specific moon phase to do it on. Okay, it's not enough to just on the new moon send out, I want £1,000 or I want £1 million and expect it to manifest itself on the last day of the lunar cycle. Okay, we have to take these specific actions to make our manifesting work. Okay, things are not just going to land at our feet. Okay, so knowing when to do them is really, really important. Okay, so let's do a new moon ritual. So what I would like you to do is, if you have a candle that you would like to light, then feel free to do that. If you have a smudge stick that you'd like to light, you can do that. If you have a crystal that you would like to work with, the best crystals are a nice piece of amethyst or green adventurine or clear quartz or moonstone. They're all great crystals to work with for a new moon. Okay, so if you want to light an incense, then you can absolutely do that. So I'll tell you a little bit about what this ritual we are going to do. So we are going to focus. Oh, I've got a chat. Hold on a second. Let's come up. Awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed that, Hashada. Okay, so I didn't want to do that. We are going to really focus on the next 30 days with this ritual. Okay, so what do you want to manifest? You can use rose quartz, clear quartz, absolutely, Hashada. Absolutely. I recommend using rose quartz for everything because it's universal love, isn't it? And we want to send out our manifestations and our intentions with love. Okay, so absolutely, yes, clear quartz is another crystal that you can use. I'm trying to think. I know there's another one, but I can't remember what it was. It's not one that I personally use. I tend to use moonstone or clear quartz. So I don't think I have it written down anywhere. I'm just seeing if I've got it written on my notes. But I don't seem to have. I can let you know later, but it's definitely, rose quartz is absolutely fine. Clear quartz, moonstone, amethyst, green adventurine, and I'm sure there's another one, but I can't remember what it is. Okay, so today we're just going to focus on the next 30 days. What do you want to manifest in the next 30 days? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. And if you say that you want to manifest £1 million in the next 30 days, okay, you're going to struggle. Okay, because your limiting beliefs are going to come up and hit you so hard that you won't manifest anything. So do be a little bit reasonable with this, okay, especially if you're new to working with the moon phases. Start with something small, okay, so that you can see how it works, so that you can really feel into it. Okay, that's really, really important. Okay, so if you want to manifest 5 new clients, a certain amount of money, then absolutely go for it. And I will take you through this in a second, okay? So your intentions, they want to stretch you a little bit, okay, but they don't want to take you into overwhelm, and that's really, really important. Okay, you want to feel like, oh, that's just out of my reach, okay, in order to really put the work on and give you the motivation, okay, to do that. Okay, so I'm going to put some music on. Let's just put the same YouTube one I had on. Okay, so I have already called in the angels and my cosmic team to support us during this new moon ritual. We're doing it together, which gives it a lot more strength, a lot more power when we're doing things as a collective. So this is a safe space for you to put your intentions out, work out what it is that you want to do. So today we're going to set our intentions together. When we work as a collective, we add more energy to our intentions. So as I said earlier, we're not sending our intentions out today. What we're doing is that we're setting our intention today. So I just want you to get comfortable and just take a nice few deep breaths. Just breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. So breathe in white light. And breathe out any stress, tension, anxiety, anything that you're holding on to that is holding you back, weighing you down. Just keep breathing in that white light and breathing out. Just get as relaxed as you can. Now, I'd like for you to call on a connection with your source energy, your angels, your guides, whoever you want to work with. Just ask them to come in and support you during this ritual. It could be your guides, your angels, your spirit guides, your family, ascended masters, ancestors, whoever you want to call in to help you to set powerful intentions for this new moon. I'm also going to call in Luna, the moon goddess, to work with us in this ritual. Now, I'd just like you to write a list of everything that you wish to call in for this lunar cycle. What is it that you would like to call in? What are your intentions for this 30-day cycle? So it could be a job opportunity, a new relationship, a better relationship, more financial abundance, an adventure. What are your intentions this month? Do you intend to exercise more? Do you intend to give up a bad habit? Do you intend to eat better? Do you intend to call in 5 new clients? Or to launch a new product or service? I'm just going to give you a few seconds to write down everything. So think about the areas of your life and what intentions that you would like to set for this new moon. Try not to do too many, because you have to remember that you have to take action on all of these. Okay, you need to visualize all of these. You need to feel all of these. Okay, so, I wouldn't get carried away and do 10, 20 different things. I would say probably 3 maximum, because I feel that that's all we can really focus on in one go. Okay, so, eating better can be a fairly easy one, but it still takes time, to adjust menus and adjust your shopping and, perhaps find different recipes and all of those kind of things. So I wouldn't do too many in one go. And if you're new, maybe it's worth only doing just 1 or 2 that are really, really important. Okay. So these are just your intentions, not necessarily your manifestations. These are the things that you intend to manifest. No, sorry, these are the things that you intend to achieve in this 30-day period. So I'd just like you to connect into your intentions and just see, how do they feel? This is something that you're going to be doing over the next couple of days, but how do they feel to you right now? Okay, just make sure that they are in alignment and that your intentions are coming from your soul rather than your head. Okay, we want to do things that are in alignment. So just connect in and ask your body, how does this intention feel? Okay, if it feels exciting, if you feel you can't wait to get started, then it's in alignment. If you feel anything negative or you feel drained or any of those, then that intention is not in alignment with you right now. Okay, so it will be very hard to complete that intention if it's not in alignment with you. Okay, so this is what you really want to do over the next few days before you do any spells or send out any manifestations out to the universe, you want to make sure that what your intentions are fully in alignment with you. Okay, so this is what you want to do over the next few days. So regularly check in with what you've intended for this lunar cycle, and just make sure that before you do send out those manifestations or do any spells or anything like that, that they are fully in alignment with you. Okay, if they don't feel in alignment with you, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to get rid of them. It means there may need to be some adjustment. Okay, which is what the next 2 days is all about. It's about adjusting them so that they do feel in alignment with you. Okay, so let's say you intend to lose 3 stone in weight. Okay, it's going to be a push in a month anyway. But if that doesn't feel good, it may be that you need to reduce it to you're going to lose 4 pounds. Okay, so when we check in with the alignment of things, sometimes we just need a little bit of an adjustment. Okay, so keep adjusting it and seeing how it feels. Okay. And be open to the guidance that the universe gives you as well. Okay, these next 3 days are very, very important. Remember that guidance comes in so many different ways, different forms. So it is going to be important for you to align fully and pay attention to what the universe is telling you. Okay. Okay, so does anyone want to share their intentions with the group? You don't have to. But would anyone like to share before we go into a tarot reading for the month ahead? No? Okay. Okay, so let's have a look at what do we need to know for this next lunar phase. I could turn this off, couldn't I, so you can actually see me. Stop sharing for a minute. Okay, so let's have a look. What do we need to know next lunar phase? Okay. Okay, so my cards are always jumping. Okay, so we've got some really beautiful cards here. What actions do we need to take this month to help us to get closer to our dreams? Okay, so really feel that the energy is massively changing. Sorry, Hashada. I intend to start my new homestay after the successful launch of our cafe and shop. Hina, awesome. Okay, so the energy is really, really changing. Okay, and we've been in lockdown for 18 months now, something crazy going on, and the energy is definitely changing. So that's not to say that lockdown and restrictions and all of those different things are over. I just feel the energy is changing. Okay, we're all starting to move forward. So we've got death, okay, which is very much about letting go. It's about death. It's about rebirth, most importantly. Okay, this is our opportunity. Okay, this new moon is 100% our opportunity to transform, to move forwards, to make massive changes in our lives. We really need to embrace this energy. Okay, it's here for us. I knew September would be different, and that is absolute clarification that this new energy is here. We can transform, we can reincarnate, we can start afresh. Okay, and the energy, the universal energy, is here to support us without a doubt. Okay, we're going to move forwards leaps and bounds over the next few months. Okay, but we need to know where it is that we're going. Okay, that's really, really important. Especially when we're working with the phases of the moon, we need to have a clear path, a clear vision of where it is that we want to go. So not only for the next 30 days ahead, but if we've got a business, we need a business vision, okay, of where we're going, who we serve, who our clients are, what we want to create, all of those different things, really, really important. So as well as the next 30 days, I feel we're being asked to look at the bigger picture. Okay, we've got, I would say the next 6 months is really, really important for all of us. And it starts now, it starts today, okay, which is really, really important. Okay, so I will show you the cards that I'm looking at. So that's the Six of Swords, very much about leaving the past behind us. Everything that we've experienced has made us who we are. Okay, it's given us knowledge, it's given us wisdom, things that we can share with our clients, all of those different things. But we need to move forwards. Okay, she's on a boat, she's moving forwards. Okay, but she's a little bit uncertain of where she's going because the swords are sticking out of the water. Okay, but she's determined, she's moving forwards. Okay, so we need to move forwards. We need to start afresh today and set the intention today that we're going to, I don't know, be more powerful in our community, that we're going to step up and share our wisdom, that we're going to change to healthy eating habits, whatever it may be. Our intentions need to be set today that are transformative. So not just, I want £5 million. Okay, these need to be transformative intentions. Okay, so around health, taking better care of the earth, the planet, all of those different things, sharing more wisdom with people, helping people on their journey, helping them to feel fulfilled. Okay, and we will create more money and abundance in our lives. Okay, by sharing our wisdom. So by focusing on transformation rather than money, when we focus on the transformation, we will naturally bring in the money. Okay, but it has to be transformation. That's really, really important. Okay, so you've got the 6 and 7 of coins here, which is all about reaping the rewards of your hard work, more money coming in, all of those kind of things. But it's on the back of transformation. Okay, and moving our lives forwards, really working with the earth energies, protecting the earth, protecting the planet, transforming our lives, healing, self-care, self-love, all of those different things. And of course, working with our intuition, really, really important this month, because our intuition can move us forward. Our intuition is guidance from our soul. Okay, our soul knows what we're here to do. It knows what we need to experience, what we need to learn, how we need to show up, what our soul purpose is, all of those different things. Okay, so by working more with our intuition over the next 30 days, we're going to be able to be far more in alignment with everything that we need to know, that we need to do, how we need to show up, all of those different things. Okay, and of course, working with the phases of the moon is a powerful way to do that. Okay, so your intentions, perhaps I should have done this before the ritual, your intentions need to be transformational this lunar cycle. Okay, so what transformations can you make in your life, in your business as well, for the next 30 days that are really going to help you to transform your life? Okay, that's really, really important. Okay, so you've got a bit of focus there, you've got a bit of information to help you. So I had the moon. Okay, so working with the moon phases, the high priestess, working with intuition. So again, very feminine energy. There's a lot of feminine energy that needs to happen this new moon, this lunar cycle. But of course, we have to take the action, the masculine energy, to help it happen. Okay, we're not going to transform if we don't take action, if we don't put the effort in. So when you're creating your intentions for this lunar cycle, then make sure you are including transformation in that. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about prizes and how you can win some prizes with me. Let me just see if I've got anything else to tell you. So does anyone have any questions with the tarot reading with the moon? I am going to do a question and answer session in a second. I'm just going to pop back to my video again. Okay, so we've done that, and we've done the tarot. So before I take questions and answers, I'll tell you how you're going to win and how to win prizes with me, because I do have some prizes to give away. I want to very quickly talk to you about the Lunar Business Accelerator, which is a 4-week group program where we'll be working with 2 phases of the moon per week, so one major, one minor, to help you to set your business up for success. So each week we have a Zoom call. It includes all the journals and workbooks that you need. We will also be doing spells, rituals, and meditation. There will be a Facebook support group, and you will learn how to include tarot, herbs, and crystals into your moon work. Okay, so it's going to be pretty full on. So together we will create a complete business and launch strategy so that you can launch a new product or service and know exactly when to take each step in your business to make it successful. It will help to build your confidence and keep you motivated and focused as well. And like I say, you will learn spells and rituals for each phase of the moon. You will also learn a crystal for each phase, a tarot reading for each phase, and there will be a meditation for each phase as well. Because we're meeting once a week, we need to cover 2 different phases as they change, as I said, every 3 to 4 days. So to tell you how much, so I put a crazy offer together to make it super affordable for you. So the workshop offer, so only people that have attended the workshop get the offer of 555. It says offer available for next 24 hours. That should actually say 72 hours. Okay, so that saves you 222 off the regular price. So it's only people on the workshop that will get the 555 offer. There is a payment plan. Okay, the bonus that comes with this is I'm going to do a full moon clearing ritual with those that sign up before the 20th of September to prepare you for the program and release everything that's holding you back. So we'll do a really, really deep clearing full moon ritual on the 20th of September so that you're fully ready for the program. Can't read what that says. Oh, a pay in full bonus. So if you pay in full before the workshop offer expires, you'll receive a moon business reading with me, which will be a lot more detailed than the reading that we did today. We'll look at every area of your business and what action steps you can take in each of the phases, in each of the moon phases, to help move your business forwards. So you can pay in full, or you can pay in 6 weekly installments of £95 a week. So let's talk about prizes. So I'll drop the links. Let's talk about the prizes, then I'll drop the links. Okay, so I'm giving 3 prizes away for those who leave testimonials in the Soul Allied Business community today. So I'm giving away 1 full moon reading, 1 mini moon reading, and 1 of the moon planner journals that I spoke about a little bit earlier. To enter, all you need to do is leave a testimonial for the workshop in the group, and then in a few days I will pull 3 winners for these lovely prizes for you. Okay, so I'm going to open this up for questions and answers. So let's have a look. Ooh, I like that, Kayla. Okay, so let me take this off so that you can actually see me. So if you've got a question, drop it in the comment box. Love to answer questions. So not just about the coaching program, but if you have any questions about the moon in general, then feel free to ask me now. I'm going to drop the links for anyone that wants to sign up. So there is a PayPal pay in full. There is a PayPal 6 weekly installments, and you can also pay via Stripe pay in full. With the Stripe 6 weeks of payments, it will take it 6 weekly, but you will need to cancel it after 6 weeks. I couldn't see how to automatically cancel it after 6 weeks. So you will have to be aware of your payments so that you can cancel it after 6 weeks. Okay, so does anyone have any questions? I'd love to answer some questions for you. No questions today? You said that each moon phase lasts about 3 days. So what day is the best to do the rituals? Okay, Gretchen, so you can do them on any of those 3 days. So the new moon, you have the power of the new moon like a couple of days before and a couple of days after. Okay, so you can do the ritual on any of those 3 days. Okay, you don't have to do it on the first day of the ritual, the first day of that phase. Okay, although I would say personally, if you do it on the first day, you're not ending up doing 2 rituals 2 days running. Okay, because you've gone from let's say you did your intention setting ritual on the 3rd day of the new moon, and then you did your manifestation ritual on the first day of the waxing crescent moon, then you're going to be doing rituals 2 days running. So it might be worth doing it on the first day of each of the phases so that you don't end up like constantly doing things, because you want to be taking other actions as well, not just constantly doing rituals or spells or whatever. But you know, that's something we go into in a lot more detail in the coaching program, but it's entirely up to you. I mean, sometimes you're going to not be available to do a ritual, so do it the next day. Okay, but I would say by rule of thumb, try and do it on the first day so that you're not trying to catch up. Should you do a clearing or grounding before starting? Yeah, definitely. I created the space today, so I smudged, I called in the angels, guides, and my cosmic team to help protect us. So definitely do a grounding beforehand, especially if you're doing spells and all of those kind of things. But any kind of ritual, even if it's just writing, ground yourself. Absolutely ground yourself first. Okay, because it helps to clear your mind. It helps to keep you focused as well. So absolutely. Thank you so much for all this. I love working with the moon and her energies, but now I feel like I can really get more in tune. Oh, awesome. Kayla, thank you. This has been amazing. Fantastic. Does anyone else have any questions? I'll give it a couple more minutes. You will be able to find the replay. I will send it out. If you've signed up via the website link and you're on my email list, you will get the recording. If you signed up via the event, send me a message and I can send you the recording, because I believe the event will disappear and I can't add the recording to it. So if you want a copy of the recording, let me know. Okay, so thank you all for joining me today. I've had a fantastic time with you all. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Hina, working with the phases of the moon, such a powerful thing to be doing. If you're ready to really align your business to the moon phases and really learn about when to launch, when to take action in your business, when to go live, when to market, when to plan, all of those things are covered in the Lunar Business Accelerator. So have a great rest of the day, everybody. I'm looking forward to catching up with you all again. I'll see you in the group for some readings, maybe on Thursday. Until then, ciao for now.